Did you have a favorite book when you were a child? Why not?
Yes, I definitely had a favorite book during my childhood. It was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. I was absolutely captivated by its imaginative storyline and the whimsical characters. What made this book stand out for me was not only the adventurous plot, but also the underlying moral lessons about kindness, honesty, and the consequences of one's actions. Reading it sparked my creativity and curiosity about the world, which I believe helped develop my love for literature and storytelling. Moreover, the vivid descriptions and playful language kept me engaged and made the experience unforgettable. So, in short, this book wasn't just entertaining. It also left a lasting impression on my values and imagination as a child.
How much reading do you do for your work studies? Why not?
I engage in quite a substantial amount of reading for both my work and studies. On a typical day, I spend several hours going through academic articles, reports, or professional materials related to my field. This is because staying updated with the latest developments and theories is crucial to maintaining a high level of expertise and performing well in my role. Moreover, extensive reading helps me broaden my knowledge base and develop critical thinking skills, which are essential for analyzing complex information and making informed decisions. I also find that reading diverse sources, such as books, journals, and credible online content, enriches my understanding and keeps me intellectually stimulated. Therefore, I consider reading an indispensable part of my daily routine that significantly contributes to my personal and professional growth.
What kinds of books do you read for pleasure? Why not?
For pleasure, I tend to gravitate towards fiction, particularly novels in the genres of fantasy and historical fiction. I enjoy fantasy books because they offer an escape from reality and allow me to immerse myself in imaginative worlds full of magic and adventure. This kind of reading stimulates my creativity and provides a refreshing break from everyday stress. On the other hand, historical fiction fascinates me because it combines storytelling with real historical events, giving me a deeper understanding of different cultures and time periods. Through these books, I can learn about the past in a compelling and engaging way, which I find both educational and entertaining. In addition, I occasionally read contemporary literature and memoirs to gain insights into people's lives and perspectives, which broadens my empathy and emotional intelligence. Overall, I choose books that not only entertain me, but also enrich my mind and emotions.
Do you prefer to read a newspaper or a magazine online, or to buy a copy? Why?
Personally, I prefer reading newspapers and magazines online rather than buying physical copies. The convenience factor is a major reason. I can access a wide range of publications instantly on my phone or laptop without having to go out and purchase them. This is especially helpful when I'm busy or traveling. Additionally, online versions are often updated in real time, allowing me to stay informed about the latest news and trends as they happen, which print editions obviously can't offer. Many digital platforms also provide interactive content, such as videos and hyperlinks, which enrich the reading experience. From an environmental perspective, choosing digital copies is more sustainable since it reduces paper waste. However, I do appreciate the tactile experience of holding a physical magazine sometimes, but overall, the advantages of online reading outweigh that for me.
Describe a big city you would like to visit. You should say which big city you would like to visit, how you would travel there, what you would do there, and explain why you would like to visit this big city.
One big city that I would really love to visit is Tokyo, the capital of Japan. It's famous for its vibrant culture, cutting-edge technology, and unique blend of tradition and modernity, which has fascinated me for years. If I had the chance to visit Tokyo, I would most likely travel there by plane, as it's the most practical and fastest way from my country. Upon arrival, I'd use the city's highly efficient public transportation system, especially the famous Shinkansen bullet trains and the extensive subway network, to explore different neighborhoods. During my stay, I'd immerse myself in Tokyo's diverse attractions, from visiting historic temples like Sensoji to experiencing the bustling districts such as Shibuya and Akihabara. I'd also love to try authentic Japanese cuisine, including sushi and ramen, and perhaps attend a traditional tea ceremony to better understand the local customs. The main reason I want to visit Tokyo because it represents a perfect fusion of the past and the future. I'm intrigued by how the city manages to preserve its rich heritage while being at the forefront of innovation. Plus, as someone who enjoys photography and technology, Tokyo offers endless inspiration and opportunities to learn.
What are the most interesting things to do while visiting cities on holiday?
When visiting cities on holiday, I believe some of the most interesting activities revolve around exploring the local culture and history. For example, visiting museums, historical landmarks, and art galleries offers deep insights into the city's heritage and traditions, which makes the trip more meaningful. Additionally, wandering around vibrant neighborhoods and bustling markets allows you to experience the everyday life of the locals, taste authentic cuisine, and discover unique souvenirs. I also find that attending cultural events or festivals can be incredibly rewarding, as they showcase the city's identity and provide opportunities to interact with residents. Another fascinating activity is exploring the city's architecture, from ancient buildings to modern skyscrapers, which often tells a story about the city's development and character. Finally, simply relaxing in parks or along scenic waterfronts can be refreshing and gives you a chance to absorb the city's atmosphere at a slower pace. Overall, combining cultural exploration with leisure activities creates a well-rounded and memorable city holiday experience.
Why can it be expensive to visit cities on holiday?
Visiting cities on holiday can often be quite expensive due to several factors. Firstly, accommodation costs tend to be high, especially in popular tourist destinations where demand frequently outstrips supply. Hotels, hostels, and even short-term rentals can charge premium prices during peak seasons or major events. Secondly, the cost of dining out in cities is usually higher compared to rural areas because of increased overheads like rent and staff wages. Tourists often also spend more on eating at trendy restaurants or trying local specialties, which can add up quickly. Transportation is another expense. Using taxis, ride-hailing services, or public transport can accumulate costs, particularly if the city is large and spread out. Additionally, entrance fees to famous attractions, guided tour, and entertainment activities often come with a hefty price tag. Lastly, cities tend to have a wide array of shopping opportunities, and tourists might be tempted to buy souvenirs or luxury goods, which further increases their expenses. All these combined make city holidays potentially costly, requiring careful budgeting and planning.
Do you think it is better to visit cities alone or in a group with friends?
In my opinion, both visiting cities alone and going with a group of friends have their unique advantages, but if I had to choose, I'd say traveling with friends is generally better, especially for city trips. When you explore a city with friends, the experience tends to be more enjoyable and dynamic. You can share moments of excitement, try different activities together, and support each other when navigating unfamiliar places. It also creates opportunities for bonding and making lasting memories, which adds emotional value to the trip. On the other hand, traveling alone offers greater freedom and flexibility to follow your own interests without compromise. You can set your own pace, decide what to see or skip, and have more moments for self-reflection. Ultimately, I think visiting cities with friends strikes a good balance between adventure and companionship, making the overall experience richer and more fulfilling. However, the best choice depends on individual preferences and the purpose of the trip.
Why have cities increased in size in recent years?
Cities have grown significantly in size over recent years due to a combination of factors. One of the main reasons is rapid urbanization, as more people move from rural areas to cities in search of better job opportunities, education, and healthcare. This migration leads to population booms that push city boundaries outward. Additionally, economic development plays a crucial role. As industries and businesses expand, cities tend to grow to accommodate the increasing workforce and infrastructure demands. The availability of modern amenities and improved living standards in urban areas also attracts people, further fueling growth. Technological advancements have made it easier to build high-rise buildings and develop suburban areas, enabling cities to expand both vertically and horizontally. Lastly, globalization has increased connectivity and trade, encouraging cities to become major hubs for commerce and culture, which contributes to their enlargement. In summary, a mix of social, economic, and technological factors has driven the substantial growth of cities in recent decades. What are the challenges created by ever-growing cities? Ever-growing cities bring about a range of significant challenges. One of the most pressing issues is overcrowding, which puts immense pressure on housing and infrastructure. This often leads to traffic congestion, inadequate public transportation, and longer commute times, negatively impacting residents' quality of life. Another major challenge is environmental degradation. Rapid urban expansion tends to increase pollution levels, air, water, and noise, and results in the loss of green spaces, which affects both human health and biodiversity. Social problems also arise, such as increased inequality and the development of informal settlements or slums, where access to basic services like clean water, sanitation, and healthcare can be severely limited. Moreover, managing resources sustainably becomes difficult as the demand for energy, water, and food escalates with the growing population. City planners faced a daunting task of balancing development with sustainability to ensure a livable environment for future generations. In conclusion, while urban growth can drive economic progress, it also requires careful management to address these multifaceted challenges effectively.
In what ways do you think cities of the future will be different to cities today?
I believe cities of the future will differ from today's cities in several significant ways, primarily due to advances in technology and a growing emphasis on sustainability. Firstly, future cities are likely to be much smarter and more interconnected. With the integration of the Internet of Things (IoT), urban infrastructure such as traffic systems, energy grids, and public services will be optimized in real time to improve efficiency and reduce waste. For instance, smart sensors could help manage traffic flow dynamically, reducing congestion and pollution. Secondly, I expect that cities will become greener and more environmentally friendly. There will be an increased focus on renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, along with widespread use of electric vehicles. Green architecture, such as buildings covered with vegetation and urban farms, may become the norm, helping to mitigate the environmental impact of urbanization. Moreover, future cities may offer more inclusive and flexible living spaces, with designs that accommodate diverse lifestyles and prioritize community well-being. Concepts like vertical gardens, shared public spaces, and mixed-use developments could enhance quality of life. In summary, cities in the future will likely be more technologically advanced, sustainable, and people-centered compared to what we see today, reflecting our growing awareness of environmental and social challenges.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us in today's interview. Wishing you good health and the best of luck.
Thank you very much, madam. I also wish good health and the best of luck in life.